Welcome back to Where Hatters Walk. We've got Mark here, and very delirious Mark. Luton are back. That's the feeling around the club anyway. Thank you for joining us. How are you all doing? It's 20 minutes of Luton chat. If you've just come across the channel, you're very welcome. Please drop the subscribe button. There at the bottom of the screen, we look at all the social media takes from Luton Town games and put them to our panel. Yes, a panel of one, unfortunately, this week, Mark, but a very happy panel, it looks like. How was that?
Definitely. Just like coming away from the game and with a win, and we played well on the back of a lot of positivity coming out from the club this week. So it was a short journey, but it was a very good day.
Brilliant. We'll review that Northampton game as well and look ahead, of course, to what's coming up as well. Minik says we're starting to get our championship quality players back at a very good stage of the season. Coming up on this week's show, then, we're asking Mark how and who contributed to that improved Luton. We're asking him for his October Player of the Month, and because it's Halloween coming up, of course, on Friday, we're also asking Mark to nominate the worst ever horror show he's had to sit through as a Luton Town fan, and please help us out in the comments for this as well. Plus, IZ continues, who's coming in at C? AI has put this guy forward. Can Mark come up with any better? Let's focus on Northampton, though, for a second. Some social media takes from the game. Andy says, we were in total control of that 90 minutes and thoroughly deserved the win. Richards was excellent, and a fit Jones is going to cause defenders issues. But obviously Yates has to score his 1-1. Jones, let's talk about the striking options at the moment, first of all. Wells is coming for more criticism again, Mark, this week. He's not going to be the favoured option going forward, from what I've been reading?
I honestly believe it depends what route Jack wants to go in terms of formation. I think the midfield was really bossed it on Saturday, especially second half. I don't think there was much. I think Northampton were trying to nullify us. Conditions weren't great. It's a bit windy, so not really much for the first half, but we dominated, and their only chance came from Naismith's mistake in the last minute when it's an incredible clearance off the line. It was a positive performance, and Fane was brilliant and got the goal. But there's so many positive performances to come out of that game. And but to answer your question, I think it all depends on the way Jack wants to go, whether he wants to have like a big target man. Because listening to Jack, he basically wants to play the way we want to play, which is have fast wingers, create some chances, have people in the box, and put the chances away. So that's basically we've got a lot of good players, and obviously Isaiah Jones coming back with the assist. So that's the way we're going to go, and it's whoever he feels can put the chances away, really.
Yeah, brilliant. We'll come on to that close off the line in a second, because it was got a bigger cheer than the goal, I think, from that away end, didn't it? Skeeter says, yes, get the F in. Absolutely dominated. The errors would have cost us against a better team, though. We have to be aware of that. Nordas surely has to be better than Yates and Wells, Mark. Discuss, please.
It's the debate, and Jack recognises that we need more goals out of the team, and he's trying to find that balance and it's very difficult. Strikers are very much confidence players, and I think they are judged on goals, but also their off the ball work. Elijah was just, his work rate is phenomenal, but he gets judged on goals, as most strikers do. So the jury's still out on a couple of them. We're still to see the best of them, but we're only the second week into Jack's reign, and he said he wants to get players further forward as possible and sort of be on the front foot. And if you sort of think your manager's like a replica of what the players like your manager was. And if we play like Jack Wilshere played, then we're going to have some good times.
Yeah, I noticed on Twitter you've had some Arsenal fans taking interest as well in Luton results as well, which is bizarre, isn't it? Right. Now, one player that particularly has been coming a lot of criticism is, of course, Mengi. So nice to see him getting some nice comments at the weekend. Mark Lawrence says, I've been a big critic of Mengi, but yeah, against Northampton, credit where credit is due. Yeah. Do you have one of his better games?
I think the balance of the team was so much better. I mean, we put Naismith in the middle. I think we've talked on previous shows where him being sort of a left back wasn't his best position. So, and then we had Nigel come back and he played right back. And I think Mengi looked solid. And I think for anyone who says he doesn't care. I mean, you just look at the celebration after that clearance off the line. I don't think I've seen a celebration like that, and that just proves that they all care, and that's evident by the performance and the celebration at the end.
Yeah, we've got that in a tweet here. Mengi was outstanding today, says Leon. So much better at right centre back. And I love the celebration when Odoffin cleared off the line. And yeah, it says, Odoffin, you've changed my life. Does there seem to be a better spirit? I know we can't really tell because we don't see behind the scenes, but from what you can see on the pitch, I know results change things, but does there seem to be a few more smiles and a bit more plays with a bit more freedom?
Yeah, and just a bit of background. So some of the influencers were at the Brace during the week and just had interviews. And
where was our invite, by the way? Let's get that to where Mark should have been there. With justice for Mark. No,
but no,
but Lewis was there, wasn't he?
I think Lewis was there, and so they basically got time with Jack Wilshere, Gary Sweet, Chris Powell, and all the backroom staff, and I think it gave a great insight into where the club are, what we're hoping to achieve. And I think probably the most asked question of the session that I heard was about what's Jack Wilshere's style of play, and how does he want his team to play, and just what is his style basically. And I think a lot of fans feel positive that. And it helps getting players back. You could to get Odoffin and Isaiah Jones back. They're the first time we've seen them all season. And Odoffin's a new player, so nobody's seen him before. And to get players back and to have competition for places, it's positive. Yes, it's a win, and I know inconsistency has been our big thing this season, that we've not been able to string results together, but I think before the game, we were all really nervous about the game. I mean, I even said I'd take a draw before because we're in such poor form. But yeah, there was lots of positives, and Jordan Clark again. He had to go off after an hour, but yeah, he was so good, as a lot of players were. And I think one of the big things was the goal, and yes, it was a great assist for Isaiah Jones, but what we want players getting in the 6-yard box, and Fane, who scored it, literally arrived in the 6-yard box. His run was to perfection, and that's where we want to do. We want to do the damage down the wings, get crosses in, and have people in the 6-yard box to cause the damage. And once again, we win when we keep a clean sheet.
Yeah, this is amazing, isn't it? Football can be so simple. Yeah, and then finally on this one, a debut to remember for Hakeem. Luton Town says it's a future captain in there, and his is it 5 minute debut? Was it something like that? Brilliant. Of course, the nation gets to watch Luton Town, of course, on Friday night on TV as well. So yeah, I'll be tuning in for that one. The old Forest Green. FA Cup tie. Brilliant. And it's nice to see you smiling, Mark, as well. I think you've I think you've been through the ringer a little bit yourself, haven't you, personally, with what's going on? Because you're probably one of the last fans I was aware that was still back in Bloomfield, and I know that you would get stick for that potentially online and in the stands. I mean, it's good to see you smiling.
Yeah, I mean, I always back the players and I always back the manager, and I've shared my feelings on, like, we're all in this together, and I know the performances haven't been great, and I know every fan's entitled to their opinion, but I just think the players need to give us something to cheer about, but we need to support the players as well. And I always see the players as people first, players second, and like nobody goes out there deliberately to play a bad game or make a mistake or concede a goal. They all care. Make no qualms about it. They all care, and they're as disappointed when we don't win. So when we do win, then let's enjoy it and let's get some positivity back. And I'm not saying we're going to get promoted, but let's see where it takes us. Because I heard that Jack's got a very big contact list. So
Okay. All right.
I think he might be calling his mate Mikel up during January.
Right. Well, I hope that Norwich don't sack their manager this week and give Jack a call, because that was what one fan I read on social media said: we've made the wrong decision here. Wilshere should have been it. Right. Let's switch gears then a little bit then and talk to October Player of the Month. Of course, we're into November. Well, soon. Who gets it for you, given all the ups and downs, Mark? Who's the one consistent player?
The consistent for me is Jordan Clark. He's the one that's, I think, when we've been struggling for confidence, he's the one that's trying to make things happen as opposed to waiting for things to happen. But he's the heart and soul. He just keeps going, and he's always trying to make things happen. And speaking to Jack, he's now one of the senior players in the dressing room, and but his performances have been consistent when a lot of players around him haven't, and he always steps up. And as far as I'm concerned, it's, people might disagree, but I just think he's been a standout. He's been, I think, head and shoulders above other players last month. So for me, it's an easy decision. I think anything we achieve this season, whilst there's rotation and different formations and different players, I think the constant is to try and keep Jordan Clark fit, because he plays that role well in the central midfield. And obviously with Jack, that was Jack's position. I think he'll learn a lot from Jack, and his game will only get better.
Excellent. We've been doing the A to Z of Luton Town. If you've been watching the last couple of weeks, we're up to the letter C now. We asked AI, as we always do, and it gave us Coyle Chris. It gave us Chris Coyle Mark. Any other suggestions?
Yeah, there's one standout for me, James Collins. He's just he came in, and we got him for 250,000 from Crawley, and every league he stepped up. People say no, he's not a League One player, he's not a Championship player, and he got the goals, and he's a proper striker. I mean, he's doing it at Lincoln now, and I would have him back in our team now. And obviously, I've already waxed lyrical about Jordan Clark already, so I don't need to mention him again. Okay. And Harry Cornick. So it's those types of players that spring to mind when I think of the C's.
Right, we'll put Collins.
I use my own name, can I?
No, you can't. No, I mean we should put you in for all the work you do. Goodness me, you have an honorary mention, definitely. Right, we're on to D then next week. Join us for that. We should have the full team back next week as well. Dan, Kevin, and Lewis. Join us for that. Finally, it's Halloween, of course, as you play Forest Green on Friday night. So we always ask this question this time of year, Mark. What's the worst ever horror show that you've seen as a Luton fan, standing in the stands where you just want the game to end and you just look at each other going, I cannot believe what we're watching. Is there one that sticks in your mind? I know there's been several over the years.
I could have a 20-minute section on these games.
What's the
I've,
worst ever? Come on.
one that sticks in my mind was Brentford 7, Luton Town 0. And that was in the horrible days of Graham Jones. I always back my managers, but I think Graham Jones was the exception. But yeah, that was one that springs to mind, that were just 5-0 down at half time, and he just walked past our stand to get to the changing rooms and just blanked us. So if you want one that just sticks in my mind, then there's probably a lot I could mention, but
Okay.
that will always bring back memories of what's going on. Although I could name a few, like in the last couple of years.
Right, in the chat then, please let us know which one result from Luton Town's illustrious history you will always stick with you as being a nightmare, which repeats itself. Thank you, Mark. A great show. I'm doing it all on solo this week, and it's good to have. Yeah, feels like Luton are back. It definitely feels like a corner's been turned. Right. See you after the Forest Green result. Yeah, as we look ahead, of course, to a very, very busy November. Huddersfield Town, Port Vale, all those games to come. We'll chat more about those over the coming weeks. Do drop us a subscribe if you have only just found the channel. If you can squeeze another 15 minutes of Luton chat into your lives. Catch you next week.